Well, top of the morning to you, everybody. We're kind of getting a little sick of it's nice like it is now. I mean, it's beautiful. It was quite the sunrise here a little bit ago, about an hour ago, but we're getting really sick of it being really nice and then it rains a little overnight and then freezes. So what we have done is we have dried out the panels enough for us to do the closed soffits. I'm gonna post this in more detail later, but you'll notice that we held our sheathing up high. That's gonna grab the bird blocks and just tuck underneath the tail. And I'll follow up on all that later. But anyway, our goal is just, I gotta take off for a doctor's appointment a little bit later. It's time to get my Tony Stark heart recharged. Forgot what that flux capacitor. He had a flux capacitor in his chest. Pretty sure that's what it was. By the way, you might say gigawatt, but Doc Brown said gigawatt. So it logically follows that it is GIF, not GIF. Timmy digressed. Anyway, we're gonna get close soffits in, get this wall up, and then we're thinking that we're gonna frame this wall. We'll slide it that way just a little bit so that this guy can just go up. We're not gonna hang windows this time. We only really have 3. Slider we wouldn't hang anyway until later, so since we're back there, we'll just hang those later. And then we have a place to bring in material. So it's kind of a case by case for why we do what we do when we do it. Okay, that's... Hey, do it again, I missed it. You got to just do that for the next hour. Get all that ice off the floor.
Go away.
Hey, oh, hey, by the way, let's do an Advantech plug. So, Advantech. That's right. Flat out best. We're not going to need to sand this floor. See these gaps? Oh, hey, Keen Utility. Nice plug. Advantech flat out best. True work. And an awesome frame. Oh, high specs. ISO tunes. Coupon code Timmy10 for both of those. Timmy15 for True Work. And alas, I have no coupon code for Advantech, but I always say just try Timmy10. You never know. You never know. Oh man. Yeah, that should be the thing. Awesome Framers was really just a Stanford science experiment, computer science experiment. It's deep fake. Yeah. The whole thing's fake. Everything's fake. All right, Noah, can you cut us 13 1/4 inch 2x4s out of some scrap, okay, round it up, and let's say 1 per seam, plus 2. Oh. Yeah. And then Kyle, what we'll do is we'll get the drawing and figure out where we need to snap our line. I think it was like 1 5/8 down, wasn't it? Well, our reference point's the top of the wall, but bottom of 2x4. Yeah. Yeah, so we're speaking the same language. Yeah, 1 5/8 is here. I have 4 1/2, so that's the top. And then I'll just add 1 5/8. And since your wall is straight, I think if you do the same at the other end, I'll do the same in the middle. Yeah. Well, they sent us these to try out, and we were like, oh, these are pretty good chalk boxes.
Yeah, the guy that I used to work with swore by me.
Okay. Let me see if I can catch you up. Okay, standard height wall, 104 5/8 studs, it nets out to be 109 1/8. We held our sheathing up 4 1/2 inches, and then that's going to connect to our bird blocks that go between our rafters. Stay tuned, I'll show you the drawing. It's actually over there on the sawhorses in the upper left. We snap a line that corresponds with the level soffits. We nail the 2x4 down, install cripple blocks that Noah's cutting, 2x6 subfascia. Okay, clear as mud? I hope it will make sense as we get into the video. Okay, so I'll show you, Kyle, what I did last time that I did not like is I only hung this out 5 1/2. So I'm gonna measure, so yeah, we're like 5 9, including that little lip. Is because of the sheeting on the other wall.
Oh yeah, I remember we had that little gap.
We had the gap on the subfascia especially. So this time, and it is the lower line. So I'll get you lined out. Make sure I can see it. Could probably go a little deeper, huh? And basically, I go like every 4 feet, tack it down, and then we know that this is our bottom plate. Don't nail above that because the nail will poke through, if you can visualize that. And you can take a look at the drawing. You know, like every 8 inches maybe. There's no hard and fast rule. But I'll basically come behind you. Yeah, I'll come behind you and start doing the layout. I'll just lay it all out first. How does that sound? Okay, so 5.5. So layout is from there. Ow. That means my rafter is 23.25. We'll go joist, rafter. Butting the rake wall, 23.25 to the short. Did you figure out my mistake? Okay, first of all, lay out poles from the outside of the house so everything stacks. Second of all, well, we'll see if I catch it. Yeah, I'm leaving this all in there. This is real life, people. This is real life. Well, the good news is everything is spaced exactly 2 foot apart, although I'm only laying out every 4 feet. We don't need a ton of cripple blocking in here. Anyway, if you scribe your layout across 2x6 into the 2. And here's how it works. So we've got 2x4 at the top. That is nailed to the wall. 2x6 next to it is our subfascia laid out. Noah's dropping our little cripple blocks. I'll show this here as we keep rolling. So essentially, well, I'll show it all later. It's probably not going to make sense in stories. Or will it? Will it? Maybe I can explain it. Let's try. Why not? Why not? Remember when I laid out the bird's mouth? Once I know my tail and subfascia, level back. So this 2x4 is 1 5/8 inches down from the top of the wall. So snap a line and then we nail that like every 8 inches all the way down. That's what Kyle's doing. Then we're gonna go through and tack blocks. I'm just scribing layout in place, making sure that my layout is to the short side of the joist by 1/8 of an inch. Nothing's exact. Nothing. The little cripple blocks are just spacers, so let me just kind of back up. The soffit itself is 16-inch, vented LP SmartSide, 16 foot long. Follow their instructions. To be quite frank, I haven't read the instructions for this in quite a while. I'm putting blocks every 4 feet. That seems to work out really well. See how they kind of landed right over our stud? We're gonna set, oh, did I lay these out wrong? No, it's okay. I wanted them to be out of the way.
Too late now, right?
Teens. Yeah, we're okay, Kyle. Yeah, we're okay. I always make some kind of dumb mistake that way. I like how Noah agrees with me. Yep. All right, so while everybody has a job to do, Noah's going to run up the SmartSide soffit. Kyle's going to finish nailing blocks. I'm going to go ahead and find center of the wall and start the rigging process. Okay, so the wall's 64 feet. So that means 32, right? For the center? Wait, Noah got it pretty close. Yeah, and those are pretty stiff. Yeah, so if you want to just line up the marks and start nailing off the subfascia.
You usually flip it down.
No, I like to look at the marks. Yeah. All right, so just to keep doing this, we're thawing, now everything's just wet. But now that all the blocks are nailed, every 4 feet, I messed up layout. I want them out of the way of the tails. So typically I want them in the middle of a bay, rafter bay. We have some 24 on center, one section that's 16 on center, and then the rest is 24 on center, just due to spans and point loads and things. So it worked out. All of these blocks will kind of land in between rafter bays. You know, you could use them to nail to tails, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's worth it. And we'll show all of this as we get down through the process. That is my brother-in-law in the yellow. He has to come out and paint the back of our fascia and fly rafters. This house we're using LP SmartSide Expert Finish, meaning that it all comes with a factory paint on it, right? And then a warranty. That's both good and bad for us. It's bad in the sense that now we got to touch up all of our nails, and since the fascia board does not come out painted on the back, this part that hangs below the soffit needs to be painted. So that is Greg's job. So that when the gable goes up to the left, we're going to go ahead and side that gable. And we don't want to do ladder work later. Yeah, what I thought we would do is we'd eyeball it, you know, because we're gonna use the soffit to straighten everything out. And I think I will. Hey Noah,
Yes.
Noah.
Yes.
Oh, there you are.
Oh.
And we're definitely gonna gap this stuff because it is dry. Can you take one of these and cut it in half? Well, we've never really gapped soffit. It's not moved on us, but this stuff is dry. But can you cut? We're gonna use one of these to start as a starter. I can give you the long square. Make it pretty.
Oh yeah.
It's usually right here as center. But if you measure 8 feet, cut it, then we'll use that as our starter. I mean, I don't need sawhorses, but let me show you. I don't need sawhorses. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we want factory coming here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tap it.
Supposed to be using the white, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we looked at it before we mixed anything up. There's a look at the side. Man, this is like the third time I've tried it. There's a look at the soffit. It is Snow White. Literally, that's the color. That's the color. Apparently, it's a Disney reference. Not really. 16 foot long, 16 inch wide. This stuff really helps keep this wall straight. We're just going to lay it out and run it all the way down, and then the 8-foot piece. Basically, the reason I cut the first one in half was so that our seams didn't split on the seams of the subfascia. Basically, what I like to do, Kyle, is I nail the top first. And I'm gonna hold us back just a hair. And basically, I'm gonna hold it flush. Do my best Steven Seagal impression. Then we can rack the whole thing. But I can use the factory edge. Kind of looks like I need to come back. Yeah. Okay, hold it right there. All right. All right. I know. I would say, doing my best Steven Seagal. I know it's not that funny. Was it the movie Out for Justice? I remember I wasn't supposed to watch it, but I watched it on Channel 11. Edited. Steven Seagal was, anyway. If you get that right. That was what, 1986? Anyway, so this is the Passload TetraGrip. I'm going to show you up close this nailer. This has become my favorite siding nailer for a few reasons. And I'll probably end up doing a video on that when we go to actually do the whole video on siding the house. I love it. I really love it. Now, having said that, this is my second year in a partnership with Passload. So, again, take my comments for what they're worth. You're not paying for them, so... Anyway, I highly recommend the gun. The nailer. Contractually, I'm supposed to refer to it as a nailer. I'm not kidding. Previous to this, you've seen us use the Makita high pressure. Those are great as well, but there is a significant advantage to this TetraGrip nailer. Do you know what the advantage is? TetraGrip nailer. We have been using SmartSide soffits since I believe 2006.
See, it doesn't take us too long. Getting our vented soffit in, and Kyle's just blasting it off. Then we'll go through and brace this all nice and straight, rig it, and lift it. So, saves. I mean, it's so fast. I think, you know, if we weren't filming and doing stuff like that, this was 4 pieces of soffit long. I think we could have it completely soffited, start to finish, in a half an hour. I mean, you could leapfrog each other and work together, and I mean, it goes so fast. As long as you draw it right. And even then, we could probably fudge it if we needed to. Anyway. Okay, I'm gonna call Brian about that. So that's the Passload TetraGrip siding nailer. The nails are specially designed to not have to hit studs. Yeah, show me the nails. Yeah. See, they're short with this, let me see, I think if I zoom in. There we go. See the barbs on that? So that means you don't have to aim for studs. And oh, I know, it's just such a hack thing, isn't it? No, we're using the right tools and fasteners, right? And then I don't even know what to say about that. You know, most people are using house wrap, right? They don't know where the studs are. Why waste time marking studs? And it's all rated, it's all approved, it's all that good stuff. So that's what we're doing. Not all we're doing. We're chilling. Yeah, we'll square up each end and then we'll eyeball or string line through. I'm gonna call Brian real quick. Oh yeah, and it's bigger. Okay, last thing I'm gonna say about this is by not aiming for studs, because we don't have to, that's the beauty of it, is the nails are not gonna penetrate past the sheathing all that much, which positively affects the electricians, maybe the plumbers, definitely the insulators. And then we're framing 24 on center, which means we got to put more nails in since we can't always hit solid material. And again, that is okay. It has all been engineered and rated. So it's just learning how to make everything work with what you have, you know, blah, 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 attorney at law. Okay. I'm just going to do this because maybe it will help me later.
So, true story, it does actually help to sync the audio. You can look for that spike in the waveform. Anyway, who cares about any of that kind of stuff? So, there's a plumb wall with soffits square to the plumb wall. 90 degrees to plumb is level. It's all principles. Principles of geometry. Really simple, really simple. Even I can do it.
Doesn't really matter which way you go. So I'm going up and over twice. And then this guy, I'm just going to go back around.
Okay.
Yeah, and it stops.
One way, back around the other way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know, maybe something like that just to hold it up.
What degree is this?
45.
Just 45.
And yeah, and basically on the calculator we have 16 3/4. Oh, that was probably wrong. 16 1/4. Maybe I did it right earlier. We'll see. 16 1/4 as the run 45, so that they're the same. 16 1/4 by 16 1/4. Yeah, so 23. So they're a little off. I think I told him wrong, but Sats is okay.
And there you have it. Hey, by the way, that zip is almost dried out. The sun is out. Well, the sun has been out, but it's been behind the trees, and it was just cold. We kept getting like, oh, I forget. Was it 35, 33, 30, whatever it was, but just above freezing. And it keeps like the dew just freezes. Anyway, you don't care about any of that. There you can see the soffits braced, maybe no more than 10 feet. Kind of shoot for 8 feet. It's just a nail into the subfascia, a nail into the sheathing, preferably a stud. You know, we can pop those out when we side, etc. I think I've said that. Is that becoming a word whisker? Apparently, my words have whiskers. Yeah, I gotta stop saying. So here is the wall later in the day, but I'm gonna show you the whole thing about rigging and how we lifted this wall. This is just like, well, you might not believe this, but it's actually sped up footage. So it's not funny. It's not funny. But hey, you're here for it. So yeah, anyway, I want to show you the lift itself, and I think it was short enough that I might be able to just leave it in real time. And I can't remember. I think I clamped a camera to the top. I did. I could see it on the truss jib. So I think I've got 4 cameras, you know, from the sides and angles, the drone, and then that. So in the next video, we'll just get into the lift and we'll leave it in real time. You can see how it goes up, maybe a couple of the tips and tricks, and why the landscaper next door decided to like distract us right in the middle of the whole process. It wasn't a big deal, but it's like, come on, dude. Maybe that's a commentary. I don't know. Hey, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.